Welcome to another episode of Ask Dubey. This show is a presentation of Bet365. Whatever your bet is, it's never ordinary at Bet365. Download the app and get in on the game. Use the code NATION. Bet365 must be 19 or older. Before we get started here today, we got to give some love to the Oilers defensemen. Back-to-back hat tricks from Oilers D-man is absolutely unheard of. The first one coming from, if you had to guess, a D-man, the guy you'd expect, Evan Bouchard, the Bouch bomb, letting it fly from back there. Just wrist shots, nice, labeled, hard, accurate wrist shots, putting them in the back of the net. That was a ton of fun to see. Awesome that it's at home too, and needed all of them because it was a 6-5 overtime win. Now we get to the next game, and it's Mattias Ekholm's turn, and wow. I mean, the goals were unbelievable. I think it was his first goal. Connor Ekholm. I watched the highlight and honestly thought it was Connor McDavid at first glance. The way he behind the back pass, turns, puts his stick on the ice, deflects it 5-hole, and no, it's number 14. Just an unbelievable play. 2-on-1, drops the shoulder, takes it to the net, and rips in the top corner, and then, of course, the empty netter to cap it off. But unbelievable look for the Oilers, and the D, hopefully they're enjoying it. And listen, if they can have any half of this production from their defense, we know what they're getting up front. They're always getting it up front with the big boys. If they can continue to start to get some production from this back end, not just Bouchard, and Mattias Ekholm certainly showed us what he's capable of there. It's going to be a huge boost for the Oilers. So good luck on those guys. Nice job, and let's get into the questions. All right, first question here from Oiler Diehard 19. Has Jarry done enough to earn the starter spot? Yeah, I think he has. I don't think he was in a situation that he needed to do anything to earn the starter spot. I think they made that trade to acquire him as a starting goaltender, and I think he's certainly played well enough to continue that. What has happened now is that they, I don't know if it's a 50-50 split, but they now have a tandem, and that's a great situation for Edmonton. I think regardless, you're still looking at Jarry as your guy, and come playoff time, he's going to be your guy. But if they can continue their strong play between the two of them, it's just a bonus for everybody. It's less miles on Jarry, and we know he's had injury problems. He's already been injured for the Oilers after the trade, and so it's less mileage on his body. It's less mental mileage as well. He gets a break more often than a starting goalie would. If he's going every other, if he's going 2 out of 3 only, that's only beneficial, especially in Olympic year when you have a condensed schedule. And after this Olympic break, it's going to get heavy on the games. And if you've got 2 guys playing that can alternate both the physical stress and the mental stress of this home stretch here, where the Oilers are going to try to get themselves into hopefully that top spot in the Pacific, this is going to be a great situation. But yes, Jarry has done enough. Again, I don't think he had to prove that, but he's certainly done enough to keep that. And as long as this continues, he's certainly going to be their starting option entering playoffs. Okay, on to the next question from Keaton Bodez, Boddez. I am still Canadian, even though I'm living in the States. I still say Zed. Where would you rank the Oilers goaltending duo with Ingram and Jarry? As far as numbered rankings, I'm not sure exactly, but I do put them near the top of a goaltending duo because you have 2 guys playing at a very high level that you're in a situation now where you're comfortable essentially alternating them, which, not exactly, but it's looking like that's what they're doing or close to right now. And if you have that situation, then you have a great goaltending duo. A great goaltending duo is also a 3-to-1 split is good, but they're not even there. So as a duo, they're very good. Now, do they rank as high as a Gustafsson-Wallstedt duo? No. I think that's one of the more elite combinations of goaltenders in the league. A very nice, it's not a problem, a very nice luxury for Minnesota to have here. And Edmonton has that same type of luxury, but no, I don't think it is quite at the level of a Gustafsson-Wallstedt. But as I said in the previous question, I'll continue to say, if these guys both keep playing well, it is so beneficial for them personally, for the team, and just rest and preparation for playoffs, and also going into playoffs, you have 2 guys that can play at a high level, whether you need to switch for level of play, or you need to switch if somebody gets hurt or something's nagging. You now have options, and the more that they can do this alternating schedule or close to, the more these guys are going to get to play, the more comfortable they're going to get, the more experience they're going to have leading into playoffs, and it's just going to be better come playoff time. So definitely for a duo that's going to play similar amount of games, they're at a very, very good spot, the Oilers are, with Jarry and Ingram. All right, on to the next question from Hamps7722. Has Edmonton become a desirable place to play for free agents, and how has that changed for when you played for the team? Yes, it has. And reason being, they're winning. They have Connor McDavid. They have Leon Draisaitl. They have a beautiful building. They have rabid fans. All of these things are make a place desirable. Now, let's be honest, the weather, not so much. And that's a real thing. This is a very northern team. It is cold as anything up there, which I don't need to tell you guys. But if you have a hockey team that is not winning, located in a place that it's sometimes colder than the moon, it's not overly desirable for free agents. But when you have fans like the Oilers have, and you have Connor McDavid and Leon Draisaitl on multiple trips to the Stanley Cup final and expected to win every single year, combine that with one of the best places that you could possibly have to win and be playing when you're winning, yes, this is where free agents want to go, for sure. This is a desirable place. And how did that change from when I played for the team? Well, I just told you, not exactly a desirable place when we're putting up 60 points a season and it's minus 65 outside. So, and we were playing in Rexall too. It's no offense to Rexall, but it certainly doesn't hold a candle to Rogers Place. But right now, Oilers are good. They should be able to bring in just about whoever they want to go play alongside those two and everybody else for that matter. So hopefully they can continue their winning ways and continue to have Edmonton be a place that free agents want to go. Okay, next question is from Isaiah Zajones. What was your favorite moment as an Oiler? Good question. Tough to pick one exactly. I'll give you a couple. I think I'll go one. I wouldn't say favorite moment, but memorable was my first time that I got on the ice. I had been sat on the bench for a whole bunch of games. Never really. It was a weird. Habby was not ruled out for the year just yet. We were still sort of considered like we were competitive to some degree because it was November, December. And Jeff Deslauriers had just played all the games, and there was no real sign of me getting a chance to play. And I was just kind of sitting on the bench every game, and I'd go down to Springfield and play one and come back. And we're in Vancouver. It's Hockey Night in Canada. Vancouver was a wagon at this time. The Sedins, Burrows, you go down the list. Bobby Lou's in the net, and it's 4-0 6 minutes into the game, and I'm doing everything I can to play Casper the Friendly Ghost at the end of the bench. I was just trying not to be seen, and the third one went in, and he didn't call my name, and I was just hoping that somehow JD shut the door for the rest of the game, and it was about 30 seconds later the fourth one went in, and I figured this was it. Sure enough, Pat Quinn looks down the bench, tells me to get in there, and man, I got in the net and was so beyond nervous. After the first 3 or 4 minutes, I had to tell myself, like, you got to check in here. You got to find a way to function, because the way you're feeling right now is not going to work for the rest of the game. I couldn't feel my legs. Just felt like I was floating around out there, and I'd stopped a couple, but I don't think I felt them, and it wasn't good. So I was able to calm down a little bit, and I think I gave up 3 on 29 or something that game. So it was an okay game. So that was definitely memorable. Another one that I spoke on before was it was the last game second last game of the season, and I think this got me my one-way contract. We went into LA, we got outshot 55-12, and we won 4-3 in a shootout. That was a big one for me just to finish the year. I think I was 4-2 in my last 6, so I was starting to feel like I belonged in the NHL, like I could play there. That kind of put a stamp on it, where I really went into a game and kind of took over won the game for the group, which was probably the first time I'd done that. So that one was very memorable. And then probably if I had to pick one more, it was a season opener against Pittsburgh. And it was, I want to say this would have been 2011-12. And going into the, it was me and Habby were the goalies, and I had worked my way. I was starting to play a little bit more and went into training camp. And, I expected to play more that year, and I wanted to play more and wanted to earn that time. But as training camp went on, it came to a little bit of a surprise to me, but I was given the opening night start, which was a pretty big honor, obviously, with a legend like Habby Boulin there, and I didn't expect it. And it's kind of one of those next steps in your career. You want to make it, you want to become the backup, you want to earn yourself more ice time, and eventually be named the starting goaltender. Now, I wasn't necessarily named outright starting goaltender, but that was kind of a step in that direction where I got named the starting goaltender for opening night of the season. It was a pretty big deal for me. And even better, we went out and won 2-1 in a shootout to top it off. So that was a great memory of mine from Edmonton. Got lots of them, but we don't got lots of time. So that'll wrap it up with that. That's it for another episode of Ask Dubey. As always, get your questions in any Nation Network social media with the hashtag AskDubey, or put your questions in the comments section below this video. This segment brought to you by our friends at Wilhauk Beef Jerky. Only the finest tasting meat products earn the Wilhauk name. Made from 100% pure Alberta beef, Wilhauk Beef Jerky is aged, seasoned, marinated, and smoked to savory perfection. It is so good. Wilhauk Beef Jerky gladly fills orders of any size. Find their beef jerky, sausage, and other products exclusively out of their Leduc location, or you can order online. Get your jerky on. For more info, go to wilhaukbeefjerky.com.
What's up, Nation citizens? If you like that video, then you need to be subscribed to the Oilers Nation YouTube. Podcasts, live shows, exclusive interviews, and analysis. Everything you need from your favorite voices at Oilers Nation. And you don't want to miss any of it, so hammer that subscribe button.